Hello everybody, and welcome back. I think this is episode 9 of Valeria Dominates Underrail. As you can see from the background and version number here, I am on version 12023, so you could expect a lot less complaining from me, and also maybe a bit more dying, because I think this version is slightly harder than the Legacy. But let's go ahead and get loaded back in here. Oh, that is very zoomed in. Why does that look so terrible? Okay, there we go. That's better. I can zoom with my mouse now. I'm so happy. And I can also control the speed from here. Those were little things on the UI that I didn't realize how much I missed. This is great. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing that. Right. So, does everything seem like very zoomed in here? Is the UI all blown up? Hang on. Okay, yeah, that's... I don't know what that auto was trying to accomplish, but, wait, what? If I leave it on auto, the interface has squares here. And if I switch the sides to classic, it turns into circles. Okay. If I do small, it has squares. That's really interesting choice. I guess the layout is also for classic there. This is what I'm more used to, so I think this used to be what it did automatically. I don't know. In any case, this looks right to me. Hell, it's a... Where's that? A Swiss Army knife and a wrench? Yeah, they totally changed the icon for crafting. Also, you can see there's a little side brain up here. Oh, I need to go and buy, Who did that? A bunch of psionic inhalants appeared in my inventory. That's... I didn't have those. So it's... surprising. I guess the game just adds a, I was about to go buy some, but... So these refill the reserve on your psi meter. Now that I have a reserve, I guess it gives you some to commemorate the fact that they are suddenly required. So let's go ahead and look at what I have here for innervated abilities. Yeah, we're gonna have to go ahead and change these out. So what I want is temporal distortion. Psychotemporal contraction to boost my speed. Really don't use that very often because I want the points for other things. I don't think I've ever used this, but it can actually be useful if you land a good crit. And I'm going to take limited temporal increment so that I can reduce the cooldown of psychotemporal contraction. Oh yeah, here we go. After the effect ends, a 52% chance of it reversing into psychotemporal dilation, which reduces your action points and movement speed. That was what I was expecting before, but that hadn't been added to it in the Legacy version of the game. So it's a little bit less overpowered now. Anyway. We're so back. Okay, this is great. This is great. So let's go. If you watched the previous episode, you would have seen me come down here and whine about not finding a secret door that doesn't exist. And then decide to switch to the 12023 version. Okay, that is the only thing I need those for in the game. Let's go ahead and squeeze through. So, now we're in this little secret back room of Core City. It's not a whole lot to do in this room yet, but we can sneak in here and get a little bit of lots of extra bootables in this area for high-dex characters. Awesome. Then our real destination is going to be here. And this is going to be the first time in this Let's Play that we encounter my freaking nemesis here, the coil spider. They are such pains in the ass. So basically, what I'm going to try to do here, and I don't know if I'm actually tough enough to do this yet, but we're going to try it, is I'm just going to sneak up behind this guy and see if I can, stealth him. Stealth gank a, oh, I forgot to hit the, innervate button, so I don't have the ability that I want to use available here. I am going to use an adrenaline shot for the action point and strength bonus, and hope that is enough to, well, you know what? I think I might be okay as long as the little one doesn't see me. It doesn't look like he does. Okay, so we're gonna come over here and stand in the corner and actually swap my side scales. I'm sure someone watching was like, hey dumbass, you didn't do that, right? Well, I think I'll actually take psychotemporal dilation. So when you innervate, it burns all of your current psi and your psi reserve, which means you need to use one of these inhalants. The inhalant fills up the reserve, and then the reserve fills up the main bar. Okay, this is good. I am already at a point where I can, whoop. Whale spider butt. I think usually I try to, do this section before I can actually sneak up on them or beat them in close combat, which makes it, oh, shit, you got the drop on me there. Okay. So, we're gonna do that again. I was too busy talking to, oh my god, I need to yeek. Okay, there we go. Every time you see one of those webs, like it stops walking you, I just wasted a little bit of my action points. There. That's okay. Should be able to finish him off. Yeah. Then we'll go back into stealth. And we're just gonna repeat this pattern a few times to kill every coil spider in the room. Oh, I started walking too soon. And I mean, there's a good chance I could still have taken him down without moving the game there. But when that little wave of oh, come on. I spotted another web and stopped walking. Hang on. I'm just gonna keep clicking so that I don't stop walking until I get close. There we go. Okay, only a few seconds left on that, which means I need to get the heck out of Dodge before it goes off. There we go. Wow. This is going a lot better than I expected it to. I guess because I'm already level 16, and usually I would have tried to get in here at a lower level and gotten my butt kicked. Neat things about coil spiders: they cannot get stuck in bear traps, which might give you a good indication why they're not one of my favorite enemies to fight. They also have a tendency to stun you with their stupid lightning bolts of suffering. And oh, that was the wrong click. That was a bad click. I did a bad click. All right. Yeah. Let's see what happens here. Yep, and I'm stunned. And that is why I'm not a big fan of coil spiders. Because of the old stunned, then dead express pathway. But I need to clear these guys out so I can go and hit some buttons over there. Well, I could probably just go and hit the button without clearing them out, but I would really much rather they all be dead. If I can take this guy out without getting spotted. Oh, he's like really just chilling right there, huh? Does he go any deeper? Really looks like he's, trying to do something with the panel there. I guess they are supposed to be kind of smart. What with the psychic powers and all. I can't actually remember if this dude is stealthable without dealing with the other guy as well. But we're gonna give it a shot. I mean, personally, if I was a horrible electric spider monster, and my other horrible electric spider monster died right next to me, I might, be a little bit suspicious. Yep, there he is. He was not gonna let that go. But got the incapacitate. Hell yeah. Oh boy. So now I have 15 less action points. And there's another coil spider. Yeah, okay, I'm dead. There's a bunch of coil spiders. Oh, that's too many. Okay. We're going to try a different birch here. No problem is unsolvable. And as it happens, I brought some landmines with me. So we're just going to adjust our strategy a little bit. You speed things up here real quick. So he stands right there. Let me go see if I can leave him a little present without getting spotted. Oof. Not a whole lot of damage on that, but I think I've got the right idea here. What would be a good way to deal with that guy? Yeah, I bet if I could get both of them stun locked on the first turn and get real lucky with my incapacitates, I could pull this off. I'm gonna pop around the corner here and eat an eel sandwich. which dropped the action point cost from 9 to 8 on my little kukri there. And we're gonna see if we could just super stab them both. So I'm gonna take the big guy, get myself around a stun there. Ooh, excellent, okay. Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. 10 points that time. Not a big deal at all. Okay. You save that real quick. This build is really starting to finally pick up. You know, it's, kind of its whole thing is just stabbing dudes real good. So I'm glad that the stabbing dudes is working. Or I guess, I don't know if you consider spiders dudes, but whatever classification of thing these RDM, giant psychic spider monsters, stabbing those. That's what I'm all about. You name it, I'll stab it. The problem is now I've got this 3-pack over here, and I'm less sure how I'm gonna deal with them. The HE grenade did 7% damage to that guy, so if I set up a 3-pack here, I can expect maybe 21 if that was a good indicator. Should I go back to town and get more mines? Thinking. Sure, this is very interesting to watch. I'm gonna give this a go without additional mines, but I think I may end up going back for them eventually. I don't really have a great way to get the party started here. Or, for that matter, a whole lot of, ranged firepower. So what I'm gonna do is, set off all of my mines and make a lot of noise without actually hitting the spiders at all. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Whoa, 20 seconds left on that. Alright. So we're gonna poke our heads around the corner here. Load up a grenade. And hope that they don't all manage to, swarm me. Like they're definitely going to. Great. Where the heck is that guy? Were they already bail on all this? Man, I am not accomplishing so much here. Well, at least he's not regenerating anymore. That guy is. And third guy is not. Okay, well there was some progress made there anyway. I doubt it's gonna go so well the next time, because I won't have the fire barrier, but hey, we'll see. Okay, I really need this cat to get incapacitated. And it's not happening, so we're gonna run around the corner instead. There we go. Okay. Now things are about to get pretty rough for me because I am... Oh, cool. I don't think that's gonna do anything, but we're gonna turn the shield on anyway, and then he's probably just gonna zap me with the, PMP. Which drains your shield, then does damage for all of the energy you just lost. But I am double action points drained, and yeah. Dead. Okay. So that was almost good. We're gonna try it again. And, you know. Okay, we're gonna try it again. Oh boy. This is... Oh, that was that thing I just did. Okay. I am demonstrating that I have the memory of a goldfish. Here we go. Really need the grenade to land. Oops. Hey, not bad. Nope. That wasn't great though. Okay. And kicked. So, plan here is to smack the crap out of this guy. I'm just gonna keep going, because... Okay, I'll let it sit there for a minute. So, minus 13, plus 20, still slightly ahead. Hey, we did it. Okay. Not too shabby. And a fringe benefit of having done that, as you can see, not a benefit in the strictest sense, but every item in my inventory is completely drained, which means it no longer matters if I am in the way of these electromagnetic bursts, because they can't affect me anymore. There we go. With all the spiders dead, I can hit the buttons open the doors. And also, one specific door upstairs you have to hit quite a few of these for. I think there is a coil spider in one of these rooms, so I'm gonna save my game there. Cool. Cool. Alright. Spider egg sac. Spider egg sac is an oddity. Seems pretty gross. But I guess if you like spiders, you know. Have that. Anyway, stealth mode, and we're going upstairs. And guess what we're gonna find? More coil spiders. Like that guy. Okay. This goes. Guy almost saw me. And where are you going? Cool. I'll wait for him to do his little patrol back over there. Oh, there's another guy right there, though. That might make that a little tricky. So what we got over here? This guy on his own? Oh yeah, I'm surrounded. I may have fucked up here. Nope, we're good. We're good. Probably good. Oh, what? Maybe good? Yeah, we're good. As long as I can... Ooh, got a, energy edge emitter there. Might be able to make a nice, energy edge knife later on with that. See, we burned through a few hundred points of our reserve there, so... Psi abilities actually have a cost now, beyond, Think he can see me? Guess we'll find out. Pretty committed at this point. Ooh. Still got a good hit in there. Oh, 155. Heck yeah. Damage is starting to add up. I should just take a peek at my combat screen here. So yeah, critical bonus is 200. I believe it was 255 before. If we look at critical power. Yeah, so critical power is reduced a little bit in this version of the game. Instead of giving you 1.5% additional damage for every 1% you're above 100, it just gives you 1%. This is the version I'm most familiar with, so it's a little bit less powerful than what we had going on in Legacy. My damage isn't going to be quite as high, but I'm fine with that, because there's so many other things about this specific version of the game that I really love. Yeah. Oh, there's a couple of them over there. Okay, I'm looking over here. It's two guys there. And two more here. I think if I go here, he can't see me. Yeah, okay. I was wrong. Everybody heard me. So that cluster's gonna take a little bit of, extra effort to deal with, I think. Shh. Ooh, and there's a web right there, too. I had one build that was so bad against coil spiders, I ended up, waiting until I had Tesla armor, and basically fighting them with 100% electrical resistance, which made the fights pretty trivial, but was, kind of embarrassing for that character. Oh, well, it's pretty heavy. I don't really need most of the crap I'm picking up. So I'm just gonna start a pile right here. We'll dump all these crossbow parts. Yeah, we'll dump all these parts except for... the energy emitter and the side bed sand blueprint. Stay sharp. Keep them over here. How do I want to do this? Last adrenaline shot. Make it count. I was lucky. And a nice 150 damage crit. Hell yeah. Okay. So this is going pretty well. We're cleaning up all the, nasty coil spiders. It's like there's a few more over here to deal with. One bunched together, too. I'm really almost certain this isn't gonna work, but... yeah. That did not work. I'm gonna poke my head in this room and see if I even need to, bother them. I can't remember how many, oh, no, we're fine. Okay, so this is the room. Oh, wait, that's a Red Hand. I don't wanna steal from him, or he will punch me with his wacky techno fist. So, this old man here, hey, stinky old drunk, hiding in me, run-down areas of Core City. His, interesting fellow, and he's got some very interesting equipment. A bunch of, unique things here. Anyway, he wants to arrange a crunch. And he's a little incredulous that I'm willing to just join his crunch, so easily. But, you know. Anyway. This is a real interesting fellow. The character is actually based off of, a hacker in real life, John Draper, who invented, phreaking? I think he invented it back in the day, which was, phone systems were controlled by, different audio tones. And if you could use the specific tones to trick the system, you could get, free long-distance calling on that kind of stuff. One of the things John Draper discovered was that the whistle that comes in a, you could get a whistle in a box of Captain Crunch back then. And the whistles were the right tone to freak the phone system and make it think that you were supposed to be, that you'd paid for your call or whatever. Good old analog systems. That's why, he calls jobs crunches, and in a minute, once we know his name is not Old Man, it's a freak in the game. A shout out to John Draper. I think it's a pretty cool detail. Anyway, he needs to get some gizmos to jack up the big one. He got kicked out hardcore from one of his hideouts in the sewers, and it's got some loot in it. So, some gizmos called the Acid Hunters have become the bane of his crunch. He's been crunching with everyone who found about the gig, crunch for crunch, Everything's real crunchy here. But there's a crucial gizmo down in the sewers the acid hunters have. The acid hunters are led by a bloke named Cornell, which you might remember from a previous episode, is the fellow who has the stolen faceless cube that we're looking for, so bit of a plot convergence here. And they had a big gizmo. And, it appeared both distorted and smooth, with a mind-bending shape, markings which could not be discerned. People have a lot of trouble describing it in the game. Anyway, he had a tracker that he put on the box, and eventually ended up in the old Cortec research facility. And, he's gonna pop open a trapdoor in the floor below, which will get me to the acid hunters in the sewers faster. He only does that if he likes you. That's what I get for succeeding at that persuasion roll, along with some better rewards from some of the missions, I think. If you fail at that, you can still talk him into letting you work with him, but he won't do you any favors like, making it easier for you to do the job he sends you to do. Anyway, see you soon, freak. I have got a job from him. Oops. Yeah, that's stealing from him. I don't want to do that. So the cool thing about working for Freak, as opposed to the other ways you can get into the Cortec research facility, is that it lets you completely bypass a bunch of things that seem to otherwise be like linear requirements to complete the main plot. This is an alternative, secret alternative path. Oh, warning, spoilers. There's a little easy entrance there once you know about it. It's a secret alternate path to get through the game, where you do not have to complete any arena missions or work with any of the Core City oligarchs. I'll probably do the arena eventually anyway. But this lets you both skip past it for a while and also get your hands on some unique rewards that are otherwise not available in the game. I'm just gonna ditch a whole bunch of stuff here that I don't need to be carrying. Like 2 of those, and also that. Yeah, that's probably good. Okay, now we're ready to go back down and go into the sewers. So, we'll just pop back downstairs here. So convenient. And I'll probably kill these coil spiders at some point, but they're, must have an issue at the moment because I can just walk past them. I still don't have any charged items, so I don't need to worry about not getting zapped by the towers, although looks like the timings can work out for that anyway. That would otherwise be locked. Very inconvenient. But luckily, I'm persuasive and Freak opened the door for me. So, this is also, I think, one of the only places you can catch a certain kind of fish, which I'm now blanking on the name of. Pretty sure... Nope, that's not the one. Is it this one? That can't be right. No. Definitely not this one. Where is it? Now, there's a hole there. I'm gonna get killed if I stay in that one. Maybe it's all the way in. Oh. Maybe it was this one. There we go. Boy, that's real dark. It's gonna look even darker on YouTube. Let me know if I should turn my gamma up a little bit. This looks really good to me on my screen, but I think the videos end up looking a little bit darker when I actually get around to checking them out on YouTube, so... Oh, I just put that trap underneath myself. That's... I didn't save when I came down here. Well, that was dumb. I'm gonna blame the dark for that. And pretend that I don't suck. Anyway, as you may have guessed, I don't really have any intention of having a conversation with these guys. Because they're a bunch of, you know, dicks. And there's not really much to be learned from them. Okay. Maybe just a quick chat. Oh, no. Can't get their attention from there. So, instead... Haha, look at that. I got 3 because I had saved action points. Couldn't do that in Legacy. So nice. That means I can stack 5 of those up on Cornell. We can take a fair bit of damage from that. Does it kind of look like there's no trap there in front of him? I thought I laid 2 complete rows of traps here. And yet... it looks like there's no other trap blocking old Mr. Cornell there. Wow, he's hard to hit. But not all that durable. No, I may have screwed this up anyway, so I'm about to get acid blasted, yep. I'm really... Oh, it was an acid blob trap there, and I hit it with my own grenade. Okay, mystery solves. It is because I fucked up. Yeah, she's by not the very best grenades for this. That's a little better. The other thing, notes there, I'm a besot, but my reserves jumped down when I used the Psi-Hypo, because, Psi-Hypos now boost from your reserves, so, and they're less effective if your reserves are empty, which is another way, the game limits how powerful Psi ends up being. I'm just gonna actually let that rock for a turn. and then hit them with another grenade. And then stab the shit out of Cornell real quick. Because he's still trapped. Hit him just enough times to get back out of view there. Okay, that guy's trapped, that guy's trapped. And give myself more action points. He's still trapped for another turn, so I'll wait until next turn to kick him in the nards. Nut tap. Not strictly necessary, but the acid hunters, although you didn't have a chance to learn too much about them yet, are really just bastards. And there's no reason to feel bad about giving them a nut tap on the way out. Those HV power cables are what Freak was looking for down here. So that was nice and easy. And we'll go and turn those in and get started on the next part of Freak's quest. Those chalky things don't hurt me if I don't have anything charged, but they do still knock me out of stealth. Something to be wary of. Had some pretty nice acid pistols here. If I had any skill at all with ranged weapons, they would be pretty great. Had some cables. He is. Yeah, nobody's gonna shed a tear for those gizmos, 'cause they suck. Anyway, Freak gives you a special item here, like, security camera jammer thing that you can use to sneak around a little better. And then we're gonna need to get some more gizmos. And for this, we get the orange box. It is a oof. This bet's kind of tricky for me. You're gonna have to sit there and watch me struggle with a bunch of tones for a while. It is a sound puzzle. And I'm not the best at it. But we're gonna go to a couple of specific phones in the upper Underrail, which I have not visited at all yet in this. One of them is south of the Institute of Chort, and the second one is north of Fort Apogee. And when we get there, we're gonna have to hit some buttons to play some sound sequences. And it's gonna be a slow process, 'cause I guess my ears aren't that good. I'm ready. And he also gives you, some metro tickets. The tickets are forged and will get you on the Underrail Express for free, which is great. Here's my orange box. And here's my Cornell's head, which we're just gonna, I guess, carry around in my pocket until I have a use for that in the not so near future. I should deal with my level up. Level 17. So one commenter has suggested that my points are kind of wasted on dodge and evasion with my low agility here, but I'm already bought into it, so I'm gonna keep going with it for this build. Okay, 75 is as high as I'm planning on taking my stealth skill, so I'm just gonna leave it right there. Hacking gonna go up a lot higher than that. Pickpocketing slightly higher, but doesn't matter yet. Let's see here. I did want to take biology up to a 70, so put some more into that. And persuasion's gonna go higher, so we'll take that up to 90 points there. Cool. And we have specialization to spend. I can get cheap shot, yeah. Every point above 100 is an additional one, and then cheap shots, critical damage bonus. Yeah, so because I have critical power, this will actually end up giving me 10% more critical damage bonus for every point. So that's a really good candidate there. Increasing the chance to incapacitate is also pretty helpful. I could get 50 for that, or if I put 10 points into that, I would end up doubling the bonus, which should get me another 50, I think, with the low crit damage bonus in my current weapon. I don't know why you would try to get more damage on Dirty Kick. That seems like a really weird specialization. An extra 10% reduction is pretty nice there. That's only 5 points. Really do like more points of recklessness, but I don't like getting critically hit that much. That also seems like a really weird way to spend your points. Put a point in recklessness for now. Crit chances, always nice to have, so negative 10 to 33, but I'm also 7% more likely to be crit with a weapon and 4% with psi. And, you know, that adds up quickly. Ooh, treasure. Okay, we're leveled up, and I can stop thinking out loud. Let's see if we can sell anything. You not get my camera jammer, bro. But I will sell you this lantern. Oh, you know what? I should have taken some electronic skill. That would have been helpful. So then I could make myself a taser. And taser's less critical if you have Dirty Kick. much ideal, but still very helpful, especially against enemies that are not weak to being kicked, such as robots. Okay. So let's go poke around the upper Underrail. So there's a lot of pretty cool stuff up here in upper Underrail. It is a higher level area, so a lot of that cool stuff we're not really going to be exploring right now. But we will be trying to find... I don't know why I went south before. We're gonna go and find our freak's little phone puzzles. And I think this way. Here we go. So, get myself a piece of paper here. We're gonna... All right, so there are, these 6 different buttons. There's a red cross, a red rat hound, green shield, yellow wrench, red exclamation point, and blue question mark. And if you're wondering why I said that so slowly, it's because I'm drawing marks on my my paper here. So this is what a red cross sounds like. Nice boom sound there. Red rat hound. Kind of a wing sound. Let's get a funky twang to it. And oops, hit the wrong button. Whoops. And a blue question mark sounds like this. So, red exclamation point, blue question mark, kind of like a lower twang. So, when you plug in your orange box, you get a nice, confusing, distorted sequence. So I think, what was that one? Might be the... Okay, that's... So I think we're getting red rat hounds. So 3 red rat hounds. I think it might that blue question mark as well. Let's see here. I think it ends with 2 question marks. And then... okay. I think an exclamation point. I think it's rat hound. Then exclamation point, question mark. Okay, sweet, I got that in one go. So you have to do this 3 times in a row correctly, or the sequence resets and you gotta do it over. Oh, yeah, I need to listen to that again. Okay. Cool boy. Let's do some button testing here. Okay, I think the last one is a red cross. Oh, I think there's 7 this time? Let me listen to that one more time. Okay, I think the 7th one is the red cross. Yeah. That sounds right. Okay, I just need to figure out what the 1st and 3rd notes are, I think. Okay, we've got definitely a wrench in there. Where's the wrench? Okay. Just the 1st one I need to figure out. Okay. So it's... pretty sure it's the red exclamation mark. That's a nice wall of sound for you guys, right? Okay, here we go. So, I think it's red exclamation mark, red rat hounds, red cross, yellow wrench, red rat hound, red rat hound, red cross. Holy shit. Okay, this is... I don't know. I think I usually suck more than this. Let's go for sequence 3. So I think we're gonna start off that there with the red hounds. Okay, we see here. think this starts and ends with a red rat hound. Okay. Pretty sure this question mark in that stay. Yeah. Second to last one is the question mark. Two shields. Gotta be the red exclamation point. Okay. So if I did this right, we've got red rat hounds, red exclamation point, green shield, twice, blue question mark, red rat hounds. Ah. Okay. I just want everyone watching to know I have literally never done that on the first try. I'm very surprised. So there's one of the two items that we needed to come and get. Wild. Just wild. Awesome. I'm so stoked that I don't have to keep doing that until we get to the next one. And we have to keep doing that. There's a bunch of bandits in here and a unique sledgehammer. It's a quick reference, I think. That was very explodey for me. But I'm not dead, so I guess it's fine. You can take the train to get around up here, but for a cheapskate like me, it's easier to just walk. This guy's harmless, but if I'm not mistaken, yep, there's some much less harmless dudes over here with some heavy weapons, including a unique one. And I don't want to deal with them right now because they have lots of armor. But as you can see here, the university is in fact the Institute of Chort, so we need to go south of it. Which I think actually means going back and going past those guys. But that's fine. Cause I'm sneaky as shit. Meet a how bastard with this grenade launcher. I'll come back for you. So, poke our heads down here. Is this where I want to go? I think this is the one. Okay. Got my sheet of paper ready. Let's go ahead and test out the buttons. Plug in the orange box. Wait, that's... I think those were green shields, but let me just... Yeah. Some of the buttons don't work. Okay. So, exclamation points. Okay, that's 2 of the notes, and then... I think those are the question marks. Let's see if these sounds are burned into my brain yet. Go back to solving sequence. Shield, shield, question mark, exclamation, question mark, exclamation. Awesome. I think the first and third note are question marks. Yeah. Second one's gonna be a red rat hound. Yellow wrench for the 4th note. I think we've got 2 exclamation points for notes 5 and 6. And then what is that 7th one? It's pretty much gotta be the Red Cross, right? I think it's the Red Cross, but I'm not sure. Underswan, so let's see here. Question mark? Red Rat Hound. Question mark. Yellow Wrench. Exclamation. Exclamation. Cross. Oh, okay. Just drawing more boxes on my piece of paper here so I can start copying down the final sequence. Okay. 2 and 4 are definitely green shields. There's definitely a yellow wrench wrench in there. Yeah, there it is. So number 5 is a yellow wrench. Let's see what's going on. 3 and 6 are red rat hounds. I just need, what is that first one? Is that a red cross? Yeah, I think it's the red cross. Okay, here we go. Red cross, green shield, red rat hound, green shield, yellow wrench, red rat. Frig. Okay. Disconnect the box. Have to listen to these again. That's what a red cross sounds like. More like a demented train. And then the red rat hound is like a deeper red cross, kind of. Green shield's pretty iconic. So is that. And then the exclamation point's like a higher whale. Question marks like a lower whale. Okay, we're gonna put the box in again. Exclamation point. And the last one's a rat hound. What is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, that I just reset it. I hit the wrong button. All starts to sound the same after a while. Red crosses. That. Green shield. Yellow wrench. Okay, I can guess. First one's shield, I think. Yeah, definitely shield. Another red hunt. I think also position 4 is a red hunt. Yeah. You'd think I would be able to remember 6 sounds, but oh jeez. I think they're blue question marks. Let me go with blue question marks for the other 3. So shield rat hound question mark. And then rat hound question mark question mark. That was an ordeal. Okay. The first and second ones are here. Crosses. And then the last one is... Oh, damn. I gotta do it all again. I've really gotta stop accidentally hitting the wrong button there. Why is that one so difficult for my brain? Oh, this one has 7? Okay, well... So yeah... Second to last one's a red rat hound. I've got a whole box filled out. Some red exclamation points for me. Okay, so the last one is... Possibly question mark? Yeah, I think it's question mark. Oh, it's a... So... Question mark? Exclamation point. Oh yeah, let's not screw this up again. Want to see what we've got here. First and third one are rat hounds, that's easy. Second one is a shield, so is the fourth. Last one's gonna be an exclamation point. Okay, so I think second to last one's a cross, which means the other one has to be a question mark. Rat hound, shield. Rat hound, shield. Question mark, cross, exclamation point. Come on, easy sequence. Shield. Last one's the red exclamation point. Okay, just a couple more to figure out. Okay. If I am correct... it's going to be shield, question mark, shield, rat hound, cross, exclamation point. Whew. Okay. Did I get it? Wait, did I not get it? Was that not right? Did I stir it up again? Am I not 10 yet? I thought... Did I just not read that? Me. Cat. Oh boy. Okay. They're starting to stick in my head a bit more anyway. Did it just fuck up? I might have just clicked the wrong thing. Or I lost my place. So I just clicked a red cross. The next one would be question mark. Oh yeah, I skipped a... Sometimes I don't do this entire quest line just because I don't want to do this puzzle. But this time, for all of you, I'm showing off the cool secret things in the game, and I will suffer for your amusement. Okay, here we go. My brain is going numb. Third one is a wrench? Yeah. Nope, fourth one. Shield, Red Hound, oh, that's not right. I wanted a question mark there, didn't I? I hit the wrong button there, too. And we try again. Told you guys I wasn't good at this. Okay, I think I've got this one. Question mark. Red Hound. Question mark. Wrench. Red Hound. Exclamation. We're 1/3 of the way there. Okay. If I can do this without screwing it up, you guys don't have to listen to any more of this, so I know you're all good for me. Ooh, nice easy finish there. Triple rat hound. I think that's exclamation point, question mark. And then shield, exclamation point, question mark, shield, rat hound. I'm like nervous now. I really don't want to do this again. Okay. More listen. Okay. Exclamation point. Question mark. Shield. Rat. Okay. Hey, I got fine tunes. Cool. That's a special acquired outside of leveling feat that increases your protection. I definitely succeeded that. Oh, the door's up there. Did I actually open it before? No, I'm not so sure. Anyway, because I don't want to fight these guys right now, just gonna go a little stealth mode here. I might have done that a second time for no reason, but I got the high voltage penetrator core. And either way, you're not gonna have to listen to me do that anymore. There's a few more locations that you can break into if, you really feel like doing more orange box puzzles. They have various bits of loot in them, and my incredible love of loot notwithstanding, I generally do not do those. Once I have fine-tuned basically all I care about. If you come up inside here, you will find a lot of lunatics, and I am not currently equipped to fight them, so we're not gonna stick our noses where they don't belong there. We will later on come back and kill all the loonies, but for now we're just going to make our way back up north here and then circle around. This is, I take an abandoned station. Sure, it makes it curious why there's a train waiting for you there, but I think it more represents that you wait at the platform until the train comes by. Because why would you have a train always waiting at every single station? So I've got my 2 totally sweet plot items here, one of which is pretty heavy. I hope your ears are all doing okay. Someone out there with perfect pitch is probably just deeply wounded by my poor performance, but zone transition failed. No idea what that's about. I have been getting those messages for years. Just load your game and it's fine. So, here we go. Go talk to our old friend Freak here. So, do. He wants me to crank the boilers hot. And then, mess with the control system. And it's gonna get a little electrical down there. He's trying to trigger the safety mechanisms at the entire facility. In order to do that, he's pushing it past the design limits. The real John Draper was a very, like, hands-on kind of a hacker, and did a lot of hardware hacking kind of things. So this is very much in the style of the character that he's based on. John Draper would just try different things until they worked, and, you know, pushing systems past their limits was one of the ways you could do that. And that's what we're gonna do here. Now, he was not lying about everything getting electrical here. I'm gonna just start with that. And they did this for him. So, these are gonna start shooting out bits of electricity. So in order, which can make all of this pretty tricky. Okay. And there are some secrets to doing this without getting killed. One of which is, when you're in combat mode, the timers don't progress, which is a nice way to cheese it. I'm about to show you another piece of super cheese here, which I did not figure out for quite a while after playing the game. The lightning bolts go ahead and run their course while you're in combat mode. So you can just flip it on, wait for them to get out of your way, and then flip it back off. Which will buy you a nice bit of time. There are, of course, still ways to screw it up. But that particular bit of cheese is super helpful, because you can do things like that. Really makes this part a lot less tricky to do. I know I mentioned the Tesla armor earlier. I also used that for this section one time before I figured out this particular bit of cheese, because my timing was not the best. We'll just let those all cheese out of the way. There we go. So there's two more to hit here. Yeah, so before I figured out that you do that, I didn't want to, or, well, maybe didn't want to use the wrong word. I completely failed to, effectively navigate the timing of this particular puzzle. And instead, I got my electrical resistance up above 100, and I just soaked a whole bunch of lightning bolts. I had to repair the Tesla armor 3 or 4 times over the course of turning on all of the boilers. But it did not prevent me from completing the puzzle. And as you can see here, all of the boilers are now running. Dissolving, right? Yeah. Which means we can get in here and mess with the console. Conduct emergency protocol. The emergency exit is now available. Gonna loot these shelves real quick. Oh, let me, refill my psi meter here real quick. Stealth myself, and we'll check out this next area. This is not a super friendly place to be. Oh, shit. That's what I was putting down traps for. And I am on the wrong side of the map. So, yeah, these walkways, very hard to walk around on when you're if you're trying to do the nothing without cheesing it. There you go. Oh boy. Alright, so there's two of these guys. Oh, I didn't do my psi meter. Well. Huh, that can go to that. It's just a little bit easier to hit when he's, stunned. Oh, boys can get me anyway. Maybe not. Cool. Someone's gonna come out here and wait out the poison. And this nice safe room full of lightning and bullshit. Since crawlers have no reservations about running away in the middle of a fight, I don't see why I should either. Get myself healed up here. And we'll head back in there for, round tail. Oops. Oh, yeah. Wow. That was not what I meant to do there. I kind of thought I would path around that, but I see that that is an unwalkable square now. So let's run over here and try to lay down a trap before I get attacked. Okay. since people aren't doing what I want, we're just gonna set off a whole explosion there. Let's get everyone's attention. There we go. The bots will take care of the Death Stalkers for me. Industrial bots are very tricky for me to kill, so I'm gonna let them go back into their little corner for now. I've said before that this build struggles the most with robots, and that is definitely the case for the industrial bot. I think they have one of the highest armor values in the game, at least against mechanical damage. And as I deal relatively low mechanical damage in large amounts, it's pretty much the worst for me. We'll sneak in and loot that guy's body, though. Not that he really had anything I want. Somewhere in there is a, we'll see if I can get it without getting spotted. Nope, I'm spotted. Hey, now you get to see what an industrial bot does. So, if that was their only attack, there would be ways to get around them, but they can also, you know, punch you to death in one hit. I think it might be that shelf, which would be definitely too tricky for me to sneak up to. But there's a chainsword in there. If you're a 40k fan, it is almost certainly a comb. That's a nice piece of steel. Call outs to the 40k chainsword. A totally impractical, noisy, and ridiculously deadly and terrifying weapon that any stabby psycho would be happy to have in their arsenal. Ooh, got myself a stinger. But otherwise, that room's not really the objective down here, and I am happy to just avoid industrial bots when I cannot otherwise defeat them. So we're just gonna keep right on seeking it. Spill up above, we see city lights. But we're not going up, we're going down. It's another ladder, we can drop right there. What's he descend all the way into the sewer pit. That'll be something we do later on. But for right now, we're gonna take this little side pass here and sneak into the Cortec Research Facility. And this portion of it is overrun by mutants. And if I happen to open this particular door, I'll discover it is also overrun by crawlers. Not too sure what my strategy is gonna be here. I mean, it's probably gonna be stab everyone, because that's literally always my strategy. But sometimes... Oh, right, I need to use... Oh, I can't actually pick this lock. I can only do up to an 84. Alright. We'll go around. Nope. Okay, we'll just stab everyone. What did I tell you? I guess let's start by dropping some traps. Guy's a little bit eager to get the party started. Hopefully that does enough damage to him that he doesn't regenerate, but probably not. Put another trap there. Nope. Guess I won't. Try to put another trap there. Or we'll just freaking start the party. This isn't gonna go well for me. Shit. Okay, now I'm slowed and fighting a bunch of these guys. We use health and morphine to try to, the button's back. I really missed that button. See? Now I can't hit the door. No accidentally clicking the wrong shit. What an innovation. And I'm boned. Damn, those guys hit hard. The maceted in place. There's more dogs coming. Alright. It'd be great if I could open that door. I don't think I'm going to. So instead, just gonna have to do a whole lot of trapping here. Maybe I should be using my poisoned traps to, boost the damage output a little bit. Success it's not gonna bring him down enough that he'll stop regenerating. But if I can get him to step on some poison, that might not be the case. The music in here kind of reminds me of, like, the first Unreal, maybe? Yeah. Or like Deus Ex, it's got a little bit of that vibe. Yay. Step on traps, shirk. Where you at? Ha! Whack. No longer regenerating. Cool. That means we can slowly wear these guys down. Hook him good. Yeah. Good thing I carry just maniacal amounts of traps with me. Then, you know, honestly, I'm doing these misbegotten creatures a favor by putting them out of their misery. At least that's how I see it. Oop, he saw me. I have a plan. Whoops. Didn't mean to exit stealth there. Forgot I was still in stealth. I don't know if Huzzer was the right move. Are they not smart enough to open doors? That might be the case. Oh. Well, he's just like right there now. Perhaps right there enough that I can stealth him. Especially if his health comes down a little bit. See if my game and see. Ah, he still has nuts. Yeah, you screwed now, buddy. Cool. So, the dirty kick, stunned that guy for 2 turns, which means, despite all of his horrible mutations, some of which make him, very durable and very strong, still has, tender kickable bits, and, when it comes to survival, just go for the nut tap. That is good advice for real life, too. Someone's trying to kill you, they're already being discourteous, so there's no reason to be polite about not stomping their, cubes. Welcome to Valeria's advice channel. Kick everyone in the nuts. Yeah, come over here, Weirdy. I'm gonna kill ya. Alright, next time he comes around the corner. I'm gonna put down a little trap just to, get the party started there. Alright, here we go. Oh, had to come too far around the corner. Dogs can see me. I'm gonna do to stab this guy. Yes, and then slam the door. And then just wait a little bit. Okay, they totally do know how to operate doors. I don't know what their deal was before. And they punch very, very hard. Also, that's possibly that same, get critically hit easily problem that I have coming back to bite me. But yeah, I'm hurt. As I was not able to kick him in the nuts. He had the upper hand. This is the power of the nut tap. Always dirty kick. Tasers are good too, but don't underestimate a boot to the nuts. There we go. Is that one much better? I think, based on the fact that combat's still going, the dogs probably are after me. But dogs, unlike hunchback mutants, do not have thumbs and will not be getting through that door unless I, open it and let them. Ah, there's 4 of them? This might have been a poor plan. But they all missed, so, a little bit of pushback on the assertion that, evasion is not so useful for my build. It helps me survive being an idiot, which I do plenty often. Wow, that one hit me though. The really unfortunate thing about being stuck like that is that your dodge and evasion drop to 0. There's a lot of things that can render your dodge and evasion pretty useless. That is one of them. There's also an attack, would be called Pummel. Yeah, Pummel will put you off balance. Anything that off balances you drops your dodge and evasion to 0, which for my build basically means, if you get pummeled and then they swing at you again in the future, you're dead. But there's lots of reasons why I might become dead. Put down a few cowl traps here to poison those dogs a bit. See here. Hey, would you do that? Can I... Nope. Shit. Hey, all right. Not bad. That I'm even regenerating. Cool. So, there's a couple more dogs, but making pretty good progress through the pack here. And I now have the ability to lay down a couple of traps, just hedge my bets. Shouldn't have any trouble with these guys. Welcome to Trappy Town. Actually gonna leave that guy there for another round so that the other one can, very non-cooperative dog there. But it's fine. Okay, that's, I think, everyone. There is a bit of a mess, so I'm just gonna pick everything up and then probably drop most of it again. Yeah, okay. Don't need pretty much anything I just grabbed. Yep, I'll keep these bottles. I can use this to make Molotovs later if I, decide to steal some points from another skill and put it into chemistry. Okay. Quick walk through the toxic gas. No problem, thanks to my handy dandy gas mask. So that gets us to a slightly less locked door, which I can pick. Ooh, cybernetic modules. Yeah, it was always pretty unclear how those would work, but that is a call out to System Shock 2. I've never actually played all the way through System Shock 1, but I loved System Shock 2 when I was younger. From the games that scared the crap out of me. I used to, play for a little while and then get spooked out by the mini, like, talking psychic shit into my brain, and I'd have to go outside and stand in the sunlight until I felt better. Oof, that is very locked. That is a highly locked door right there. Okay, so that's... I might not actually be able to progress through here at the moment. Oh, we must... This other door that I didn't notice is over here, which it is. It can be hard to see doors sometimes. Why you'll see me occasionally just sweeping my mouse along shit here. Lot of bots down here. And I am not core tech personnel, so they will not be particularly happy to see me. But that's fine. I don't even really need to visit that part of the facility just at the moment. There are some things I'll want to come back and do there later, but for right now, we can just head down to here. Do a bit of quick looting. And head around the corner for some more plot. Oh, hey, spoiler warning in advance for once. But I guess if I were to be watching this, you're worried about spoilers. There it is. That's the cube right there. It's not very cube looking. It's pretty hard to tell what it is, but, anyway, these researchers just got real dead, and someone took the cube. I was moments too late. And what's incredible is that no matter how long it takes you to get here, you're always moments too late. I think I already have one of those, and no, not that valuable. So anyway, we'll check the research logs. They're examining an irregular polyhedron with a number of concentric intersected cubes of various sizes. It's got a bunch of weird features, symbols, and sockets, none of which comply with any biocorp or other previous known standards. They are keeping it very isolated because they think it might still be detectable despite the lack of radiation or waves coming out of it. Oops, I hit the previous instead of next. Some of the sockets are extreme high voltage DC power sources. The lab does not have equipment capable of harvesting the power or even safely experimenting with it because it is so high voltage, which is just insane. I mean, even in, today's laboratories, we have ways of dealing with millions of volts, so this must be a really extremely high voltage, just to give you an idea of how powerful this thing is. There's places in Europe where they use DC long-distance transmission lines that are hundreds of thousands of volts, at which point it actually becomes more efficient to use DC for long-distance transmission than AC. This is something well beyond even this, futuristic world where they have invisibility devices and energy shields and laser guns and shit. So, super high-tech device. They cannot explain the manufacturing process, and have classified it as a Xeno artifact. Which is not out of the ordinary here because they have previous research on Xeno artifacts. Anyway, this thing is super advanced and not of human origin, is basically what they're driving out there. We're gonna save our game and poke our heads out here. The guys who just stole that have left me some traps to deal with. However, what they did not expect was a complete freaking trap maniac, and I am going to counter-ambush their ambush with my own trap-filled ambush of traps. What up, jerks? So, shortists. Since this reduces all cooldowns, let me go ahead and hit that. Knock my grenade cooldown by 1. Stack another one of these on that guy. Well, I guess I'll stack 2 on him. Okay, and grenade a lot of them. I don't have much health to throw, so I'll just put some poison caltrops over there too. And lacking any other significant ranged weapons, just going to use a bunch of temporal manipulation on that guy. We'll take care of the last one with the knife. Oh shit! He wasn't the last one. And I learned a lesson about making assumptions. So... yeah, there's quite a few of those guys out here. I'm not quite sneaky enough to plant a mine on them while they're looking at me. But I can still drop one there that'll help to a bit more damage, I think, when I throw my nade. And I'm gonna use some poison traps here to just keep things nice and poisonous, I guess. Okay. Well, you know, if I am gonna throw one of these, I should probably throw it now. That way they have to step in it before the party gets going. Not something I can throw. Very much doubt the knife will hit, but why not? Okay. I don't think that did damage to anybody. First gonna cheese it and try again. There we go. That did some damage. Just care. Back up just a little bit so I don't accidentally grenade myself if I can help it. Okay. Don't have enough action points to, equip that. Oh boy. Still that 3 turns of cooldown. This guy has 39 health. Okay, he's definitely dead. I should try to focus on killing that guy, I think. This freaking guy is staying out of the line of fire, like the whole time. What was the I left? 73? As long as I don't crit, I could just wear him down a little bit. Well, that's probably gonna kill him anyway. I know. I'll come back through here. Yeah, you're not very fast at all, are you? You old jerk. Nut tap. Oh, I was fighting them with a freaking jackknife. Well, I guess just the one guy I was stabbing, which is probably why I didn't accidentally kill him before I meant to. Wow, this guy is just so... Resisted 72 damage there? That is brutal. I hope he can't hit me from there. Cool. I missed with the nut tap. Oh, because my freaking knife is breaking. No wonder my chance to hit's getting so shitty. This guy is really tough. Gotta say, not digging this guy one bit. Alright, jerk. Don't be like that. These will bypass most of your armor. Ha! Caltrops. There we go. Finally. That dude took so much stabbing, and stupid thing always breaks at the worst possible time. Get that fixed back up. We'll get a nice Eye of Chort medallion here. Worth a little bit of XP. And a bunch of heavy crap that I mostly don't want to carry out of here. Ooh, launcher grenades. I might have to go to Junkyard and pick up my, favorite grenade launcher. I don't have any heavy weapon skill at all. I did not spec for it because I planned to grab one of these in case I decide to infiltrate the Institute later on. Yeah, did not plan for using heavy weapons because I was going to be playing Legacy the whole time, and then 120T3 showed out to sell. I will have terrible spread with a grenade launcher, but the neat thing about grenade launchers is they don't really need to be all that accurate. If you're just spamming grenades into a crowd of your enemies. You know what? I'm just gonna go and get that right now. Hopefully it will have spawned. I've already visited the location where it would have been, so hopefully it spawns there after the fact. If you add heavy duty to a game already in progress, we're gonna go find out. This won't take too long because I already cleared most of Junkyard. And I don't think all that much here respawns. I say as I run into a bunch of mutant dogs. Clearly some things respawn. I'm gonna need my action points. Oh, there's more dogs. And I'm stuck. Alright. Well. Well, let's see if I can survive 4 dogs nibbling out my bum here. I think the answer's no. Why? Somehow I am still in the fight. And these being dogs, they cannot open the door, so I can totally cheese out, heal myself up, and you know, since I'm no longer in the danger zone, I go ahead and give myself some shield points there. There's a box that hasn't been looted. Yes, there it is. There's Thumper. Oh, Thumper. You beautiful, destructive monster. An old world single shot break action grenade launcher. Think Terminator 2 Judgment Day. That does very high base damage. It's probably a good thing that I built this character planning to not have that, because I have become, I think, a little bit too reliant on that as a crutch since Heavy Duty came out. Just because it's so helpful for blasting large groups, especially in Expedition, when you're dealing with large groups of natives. And the fact that I can lob out these high explosive grenades that ignore 40% of mechanical damage resistance, or 40% of all damage resistance on threshold, and then it does half its damage is mechanical and half its heat. With that really high base damage, it just makes it such a helpful weapon for dealing with very hard targets and large groups of enemies. We're just gonna take this across the water to Southgate Station so that we can hop a train over to rail crossing. And we're gonna use one of those 4-inch tickets that we got from Freak. He will sell more of them to us. He says at cost for him, which is well below the price of an actual train ticket. They involve some pretty advanced forgery to copy the security hologram. Anyway, now that we're in a modern version, we can come and talk to this fellow Miles here. We can ask him about old world firearms. He's a pretty grumpy fellow about fixing the crappy guns people bring him, but he gets real excited about the old world ones. And another detail I think is really cool. He's so excited about this strange material called wood. It's a hard, fibrous material that you don't see in any of Biocorp weapons. But he's a big fan of it. Of all the things that exist in this wretched world, this wood is something he can find very little information about it. He only learned its name from an ancient schematic. He first saw it on a rifle. One-piece wooden stock. He's noticed, from different firearms, the wood has different colors and fiber sizes. And when the whacker wears off, he could feel it with a nice, smooth texture. Miles figures wood must have been abundant in the days when the weapons were produced, but either the materials wood is made of ran out, or the technology to make it was lost. Unfortunately, in the world of Underrail, it's the latter here. The technology to make it was lost because there are no more trees. Anyway. Miles will refurbish Thumper for us. And unlike every other old world weapon in the game that Miles can refurbish, he will do this one for cash and no extra parts. So, I'm gonna give him 400 Sharons and Thumper. And when I come back at some point in the future, he's going to have an upgraded version. Oh my god, I'm getting tired. An upgraded version of the grenade launcher for me that does, I think, 100 to 200 damage, unless it was, I know it's reduced, I think in 1.3, it might have been before that. Either way, the damage will be boosted, and it's just a fantastic thing to have in your back pocket. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it for the night here, because I'm getting a bit tired. Thank you all for watching, and, see you next time.